What is going on, guys? Welcome to your 33rd Java game development tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to be learning about something called Mouselook. And if you're wondering what the H is Mouselook, then I'll tell you. Mouselook is like this. If you ever played a first-person shooter, especially on your computer like Doom probably, or Modern Warfare, you know that whenever you want to look around, all you have to do is move your mouse on the screen. But we can't really do this right now because whenever we move our mouse and it hits the edge of the screen, we'll stop looking. So what we want to do is we want to be able to do 360s and give our player total freedom of wherever they want to look around. So we need to make sure that our mouse never hits the edge of the screen. And we do this using something called a robot. And what a robot does is automatically move your mouse for you aside from you physically moving your mouse. So that's what Mouselook is. It's pretty much enables you to scroll forever. I mean, you can really scroll forever instead of just getting to the edge of the screen and stopping. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll go ahead, and I already made a class. I named it Look. And make sure you have all your imports right here. And also I implemented mouse motion listener so you can respond to mouse motion events such as drag and move, and also key listener right here. And I implemented key listener because whenever we want to escape our program, we need a key to escape it, and that's going to be the escape key. So let's go ahead and get started. First we need a private image so we can actually see something scrolling around on our screen instead of just a white screen. And I'm going to name it, I'm just going to use my background image. And now we need a robot object. So private robot from the robot class, and I'm just going to name mine robot. Since it's your first tutorial, don't want to get anyone confused. Now we need to keep track of 3 points on our screen, and there's actually a point class where we can do this. So make private points, and the first one is our mouse location. And let me just go ahead and copy this, save me some time. And the other one is going to be the center of your screen, which is center point, and the last one is going to be that background image. So we're going to be pretty much keeping track of 3 things: location, the mouse location, the center point on your screen's location, and the images, or that background image right here, location. And now we need one more Boolean value. So private Boolean centering, and this is going to be true while your mouse is centering on your screen and false while your mouse is already in the center of the screen. So that's what all these variables do. We're going to be actually using them. Well, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first method is of course our init, like always. Public void init. And what this is going to do first and foremost is called our super.init, so we can get all our good classes from last time and all that good stuff. And next, let's go ahead and actually take these point objects and set them equal to something. Mouse equals new points, and we're going to be doing this for every point. And now once we do this, we can actually start giving it some value. So mouse, center of your screen, and your image. So pretty much all these 3 things are locations on your screen. So now we'll go ahead, and since we aren't centering anything right now, centering equals false. Now aside from that, the only really variable that we didn't work with is the background and the robot. So let's go ahead and do that right now. After we create all these, what we want to try is we want to set that robot actually equal to a new robot object so we can use it later on. After this, what we want to do is we're going to make a method to center the mouse on your screen, and it's going to be called recenter mouse. So we're going to make a robot object. We're going to get a method that called recenter mouse, and what this does is pretty much take your cursor and put it back in the middle of the screen, and this is how your mouse is never going to hit the edge of the screen. And what this is going to do is it's going to give you your center points of the screen, X and Y. So aside from that, we want to take mouse.x, which is the location of the mouse X value, which is left and right, and set it equal to the center of the screen .x. So this recenter mouse is going to give you your center of the screen, and now we're going to set the mouse equal to that point. So therefore our mouse is in the middle of the screen. How easy is that? So now your mouse's Y value is equal to the center of the screen and its Y value. So now our mouse should be chilling in the center of the screen, And now what do we want to do after that? Well, we got to go ahead and catch exception, name it EX. Might want to actually put an exception here. Just put like system out print line and put exception 1. And what I like to do, here's a neat little thing. Instead of writing what my exception is, all I go is if I ever get an exception, I name all my exceptions 1 to whatever, however long my program is, 10 or something. Then if I ever print out an exception, all I have to do is scroll through until I get to that exception, then look what code that didn't run. So instead of trying to read, alright, unable to create a robot or unable to recenter mouse, instead of me having like 80 recenter mouse methods, I just go to that exception. So, that's a neat little tip. You can write anything you want in there, but just thought I'd throw that out there. And now let's go ahead and do a couple more things. Set our window object equal to s.get full screen. And if you're wondering, alright, how can we use a screen object when we never even created one? Well, if you remember in our superclasses initialization, which was the core, we created a screen object. So since we inherited everything from there, we were able to create a screen object from right there. Now we need to go ahead and add mouse motion listener, and it's just going to be this, which is the window, and window.add key listener, and that's going to be this as well, which is again the window, hasn't changed. Next, set your background equal to new image icon, and remember, it needs to be in string. I put mine in C. I put it in a folder called test, and I put it in a file called back.jpg. And now after that, you just need to get image using the built-in get image method, and we are good to go. So let me make sure I put in C test 2 backslashes, of course, so it escapes itself, and we are good to go for this method. So that's all you need to do to get started in the initialization method. Pretty much call the superclasses initialization and give all your variables something to be referenced to. So in the next tutorial, we're going to be going over the draw method and also some other methods if we have time. But for now, thank you guys for watching. We are well on our way to using the Mouselook feature. So again, thank you guys one more time. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.